Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, April 27, 2023. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang is sounding the warning that the security forces will not be easing the pressure on criminal gangs as they seek to disrupt their operations and enforce the law. Dr. Chang says the police are now operating with improved intelligence and analytical capabilities, modern, fit-for-purpose equipment and tools, reliable communication, and updated legislation to ensure they win the fight against criminal gangs. He points to recent anti-gang successes in the court.
We have had 3 major gang trials, but I'll name 2. The Klansman gang trial, where 15 was convicted, 53 was apprehended. It's a new law. The police and the prosecuting officers went through a long process. A good conviction, but the other 40, we still have them on the radar, and the police is actively investigating and should be able to disrupt the gang totally very soon.
He adds that there were 9 convictions in the Uchense Wilson trial, while 5 other gang trials are still before the courts.
One, the Ranko gang, is a very large trial involving a group that was heavily involved in criminal activity on this side of the island. The Kings Valley Extension gang, a gang that has been involved in numerous murders on the Westmoreland area. Members of the Umbrella gang, the Singer Nighttime gang, and the Jaggy gang, all 5 cases coming up in the court, which are demanding extra special work by the courts. In fact, the chief just indicating we should maybe get a special court for gang trials.
The National Security Minister says another 51 gangs with over 1,000 members are on the police radar. Meanwhile, for the first 3 months of 2023, Jamaica recorded its lowest murder rate for a first quarter in the last 7 years. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang made that declaration while delivering his contribution to the 2023-24 sectoral debate in Parliament earlier this week.
Since the start of this year up to April 23, murders committed in the country have been reduced by 17% compared to 2022. Overall major crime down by 20%.
Dr. Chang adds that while crime remains a serious issue for Jamaicans, crime victimization and feelings of insecurity have been significantly reduced at the community level. He points to the 2021 Latin American Public Opinion Project LAPOP survey, which reported Jamaica as having a crime victimization rate of 7%, and only 18% of Jamaicans felt insecure in their communities.
It is evident, Madam Speaker, that the increased presence and the visibility of our police officers resulting from our strategic investment and the training we're giving them is beginning to restore some confidence at the community level.
He, however, acknowledged that the national mood is being impacted by criminal terrorists changing their operations, with organized alliances to hit high-value targets such as ATMs. The security minister says the police have built up intelligence, analyzed their activities, and are developing effective deployments.
The police officers are not sitting back and waiting and hoping. They are taking strategic action. We continue to expand and improve our intelligence capabilities to ensure they have all the tools required for strong, effective policing.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is replacing its existing legacy work permit system with a new web-based, mobile-friendly work permit and skills certificate management system. Portfolio Minister Carl Samuda made the announcement during his contribution to the sectoral debate in Parliament yesterday. He says the existing system is heavily paper-based and inefficient, with an average processing time of 6 to 8 weeks for applications that meet all the requirements. Minister Samuda says the new work permit system, by contrast, represents a decisive step to digitize more processes for increased efficiency and customer satisfaction.
The new system will facilitate investment in identified areas of need, since it will be informed by labor market intelligence, and it will facilitate the complete re-engineering of our work permit business process.
The new system is being implemented at a cost of $927,000 and is scheduled to be completed in October 2023. During the 2022-2023 fiscal year, the ministry received 4,855 applications for work permits, of which 1,843 were new applicants and 2,246 for renewals. Of the remaining 766 applications, 599 were for work permit exemptions and 167 for marriage exemptions. The ministry also processed 187 CARICOM Single Market and Economy CSME Skills Certificate applications and 11 Rights of Establishment applications. The National Water Commission, NWC, has spent nearly $400 million to truck water to drought-affected areas across the country. NWC President Mark Barnett made the announcement at a post-cabinet media briefing on Wednesday. It was reported that there was some rebound in rainfall levels in March, with Jamaica receiving 90% of the 30-year average rainfall, but this was not necessarily evenly spread. Thus, Mr. Barnett says previously imposed water restrictions will continue until the situation is resolved.
For the rest of the month and even further into May, the restrictions will still be in effect. And those will not be lifted until, as I said, there are improvements. We expect persons to be responsible, use water wisely, and it is not just during drought period, folks. Climate change is not about the drought. It's a continuous thing that is happening, so we need to be preserving our water resources.
Meanwhile, the Minister with responsibility for water, Senator Matthew Samuda, says he intends to convene the Drought Management Committee early next week to do a further assessment of the situation. The meeting will evaluate the impact of the mitigation measures and ensure that the authorities have a full feel of which systems have recovered and which have not. Following that meeting, the Minister will make a report to Cabinet, including whether stronger conservation measures are required.
If there is need for increased allocations, we will make the request to the Ministry of Finance, but that will be post our Drought Management Committee meeting of next week.
A national farm watch program has been launched in Chapelton, Clarendon. The initiative is a collaboration by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, the Ministries of Agriculture and Health, along with the Jamaica Agricultural Society, JIS. The program is intended to provide residents in rural communities and other stakeholders with effective ways to combat predial larceny. State Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, Franklin Witter, says the ministry is working hard to address the issue of livestock theft.
We know that agriculture is the sector that is going to create that prosperity that we seek for our people in this country. And therefore, whatever strategies that we can put in place to ensure that we can mitigate against these activities in respect of predial larceny, we are compelled and we are willing and we are prepared to give the support to our farmers.
Farmers are being urged to form a buddy system with their neighbors by exchanging contact information, to be vigilant, and to report any suspicious activity to the police. And finally, the Balaclava Health Center in St. Elizabeth has resumed its adolescent health clinic for persons aged 10 to 19 years. The adolescent health program, which was operational from as far back as 2013, became inactive due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It has restarted with the purpose of helping adolescents manage their health and development. Services offered at the clinic include HIV counseling and testing for adolescents 16 years and older, mental health screening and counseling, as well as drug abuse and nutritional counseling. It also offers oral health services, medical checkups, counseling for interpersonal conflicts, and assistance with homework. The clinics will be held every fourth Friday of each month from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. for adolescents in schools. Unattached adolescents can access the services from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Assistant Medical Officer of Health at the Balaclava Health Center, Dr. Carol Hamilton, says it's important to provide this safe space given the challenges that adolescents face at this time. She points out that adolescence is a period characterized by rapid physical, cognitive, and social changes, including sexual and reproductive maturation, and their risk-taking behaviors pose challenges to their health and development. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.